Breaking news. There's a seismic shift brewing in the world of global shipping, and this time, it's not the result of an earthquake or a natural disaster. It's the result of a bold, strategic plan that could change the way goods move around the planet. Beijing is floating the idea of a super canal, a project so ambitious it could redefine the very arteries of global commerce. Imagine a colossal waterway carved through the heart of Central America, designed to rival, and perhaps even surpass, the legendary Panama Canal. This isn't just another piece of infrastructure, it's a bold move to redraw the map of world trade, a vision that could shift the balance of economic power for generations to come. The vision is staggering, a canal wide and deep enough to accommodate the world's largest ships, vessels so massive that even the expanded Panama Canal can't handle them. These megaships are the future of shipping, and this new canal could be their gateway. If this project becomes reality, it would create a faster, more efficient route between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, potentially shaving days off shipping times and saving billions in fuel and logistics costs. It would challenge trade patterns and shipping routes that have stood unchallenged for over a century. China's state-owned giants are reportedly leading the charge, quietly negotiating with Central American governments, launching feasibility studies, and laying the groundwork for what could be one of the most significant engineering feats of the 21st century. The world is watching closely as the gears of this mega project begin to turn, with every announcement and every handshake sending ripples through the global economy. For decades, the Panama Canal has stood as a symbol of American engineering and influence, a vital link in the chain of global trade. But now, a new Chinese-backed canal could directly challenge that legacy, shifting the center of gravity in international commerce. This is about more than just shipping lanes or faster routes. It's about economic power, strategic influence, and the ability to shape the future of global trade. China is signaling to the world that it's thinking not just about the next quarter or the next year, but about the next century, planning for a future where it sits at the very heart of global commerce. The question isn't just if a new power will reshape the world, but how, and this canal could be the answer, a new artery pumping life into the global economy. The stakes for global trade have never been higher, and the world waits to see if this bold vision will become reality, forever altering the flow of goods, money, and influence across the planet. The price tag? $50 billion, an astronomical sum that instantly places this project among the most expensive infrastructure undertakings in modern history. It's a figure that dwarfs the annual budgets of many countries and signals the sheer scale of what's at stake. In fact, this amount is more than the entire GDP of some of the very nations that might one day host the canal. For many in Central America, such a sum is almost unimaginable, highlighting the vast economic gap between global superpowers and developing regions. Financing would weave together Chinese state banks, private investors, and international partners, echoing the Belt and Road Initiative but on a grander scale. This isn't just about money changing hands. It's about forging new alliances, leveraging global capital, and creating a financial web that stretches across continents. For China, this isn't just an expense, it's a strategic investment in controlling a key global waterway. The canal would serve as a linchpin in China's broader vision to expand its influence over international trade and secure its economic future. The canal's purpose is twofold: scale and control. It's designed to be bigger, deeper, and more advanced than anything before it, setting a new standard for global shipping infrastructure. It would accommodate the next generation of ultra-large ships, lowering freight costs and future-proofing trade routes. As ships grow ever larger, existing canals struggle to keep up. This new passage would ensure that global commerce remains efficient and uninterrupted. It's also about autonomy, offering China and its partners a route not subject to US influence or Panama's constraints. This alternative path would give participating nations more control over their economic destinies, reducing reliance on traditional powers. The Panama Canal remains under US sway. A Chinese-operated canal would be a powerful counterbalance. It's a move that could shift the balance of power in global logistics, challenging a century-old status quo. For China, it's a way to secure supply chains and ensure goods move freely, regardless of global tensions. In a world where trade routes can be disrupted by politics or conflict, having an alternative is a strategic advantage. This isn't just about concrete and steel. It's about a seat at the head table of global logistics. Whoever controls the canal controls the flow of goods, the pace of commerce, and ultimately, the levers of economic power. The world's shipping lanes could soon be rewritten, redrawing the map of international trade and altering the fortunes of nations. The Super Canal is China's bid to shape the future of trade, a bold vision that could redefine how the world does business for generations to come. The gamble? To reshape global commerce, or risk billions on a dream that could change the world, or leave only an unfinished legacy behind. To truly grasp the Super Canal's potential impact, we must look back at history's most transformative waterways, Suez and Panama. These monumental projects didn't just change maps, they reshaped the world's economy, politics, and even the fate of nations. The Suez Canal, carved through the Egyptian desert, revolutionized global trade by connecting the Mediterranean to the Red Sea. It slashed travel times between Europe and Asia, but it also became a flashpoint for international power struggles, invasions, and diplomatic crises that echoed for generations. The Panama Canal, engineered by the United States, was a marvel of human ingenuity. Its construction overcame daunting natural obstacles, but the price was steep. Thousands of workers lost their lives, and the project left deep political scars in Latin America, fueling decades of tension and debate over sovereignty. Both canals became enduring symbols of control and ambition, sparking conflict, resentment, and even wars. Their histories are reminders that such projects are never just about engineering, they're about power. The proposed Super Canal aims to leap ahead technologically, likely featuring a sea-level design that avoids Panama's complex locks, allowing faster passage for even larger ships. This could redefine global shipping routes and economic power. Today's advanced engineering and safety standards could help reduce the human toll that haunted earlier canal projects. But the political lessons of the past are just as vital, perhaps even more so in our interconnected world. Past canals became lightning rods for nationalistic resentment and anti-foreign sentiment. If China hopes to avoid repeating these mistakes, it must listen to local voices and respect the aspirations of the host nation. Any agreement must be built on mutual respect, transparency, and clear benefits for the local population. Otherwise, the project risks backlash, instability, and the same kind of unrest that plagued Suez and Panama. Building a canal is one thing, securing its future is another. Protecting such a vital artery from threats, both internal and external, will be a constant challenge. The ghosts of Suez and Panama loom large, reminding us that the past is never far away when it comes to global infrastructure. The Super Canal must learn from both the triumphs and the tragedies of its predecessors, drawing on their successes while avoiding their mistakes. History warns us, control over the world's trade routes brings enormous opportunity, but it also comes with a heavy price. The lessons of Suez and Panama are clear. Ambition must be matched by wisdom, or the cost may be greater than anyone expects. The immediate impact? Time and money saved. A new canal could shave days off shipping routes between Asia, the US East Coast, and Europe. Faster transit means lower fuel costs, cheaper goods, and a boost for global trade. Ports in the US, Caribbean, and Europe would see a surge in traffic, spurring investment and jobs. The host country would gain revenue, jobs, and a shot at becoming a global logistics hub. The canal is designed for the future, accommodating ultra-large vessels that current routes can't handle. Unlocking these ships' potential could reshape the logistics industry and drive down shipping costs even further. The promised shared prosperity, with benefits rippling across continents. For China, it's about securing supply chains and global leadership in infrastructure. For the world, it could mean a more efficient, resilient trading system. The Super Canal is being sold as a win for all, if it delivers on its promise. The stakes, a new era of global commerce or a costly miscalculation. The path to a Super Canal is riddled with risks. The $50 billion estimate could balloon, and securing financing is a monumental challenge, even for China. Engineering hurdles are immense, moving mountains, rerouting rivers, and building in a seismically active, flood-prone region. Logistics, housing workers, moving equipment, and sourcing materials would be unprecedented. Political and regulatory obstacles loom large ironclad agreements, environmental permits, and shifting governments could stall or kill the project. Decades of political stability are needed, but never guaranteed. The ultimate fear, a white elephant, an underused canal bleeding money if shipping projections fall short. The project could become a monument to hubris, not progress. After conquering nature and politics, the canal could still fail if the world no longer needs it. The risks are as colossal as the ambition. Reshaping the land means reshaping lives and ecosystems. Entire communities could be displaced, losing homes and ancestral lands. History shows this often leads to conflict and heartbreak. Central America's rich biodiversity is at risk, deforestation, habitat loss, and soil erosion are inevitable. A sea-level canal could contaminate freshwater supplies and disrupt agriculture. Connecting two oceans risks unleashing invasive species, threatening ecological collapse. Proponents promise mitigation, wildlife corridors, reforestation, and advanced water treatment. They tout jobs and infrastructure, but the challenge is real balance, progress without unacceptable cost. The tightrope is thin, and the stakes are high. The world must weigh prosperity against irreversible loss. This canal is about more than trade, it's about power. For over a century, the Panama Canal has anchored U.S. influence. A Chinese-backed rival would be a direct challenge. Washington would see it as a security threat, raising tensions and military concerns. The canal could give China's Navy rapid access between oceans and new intelligence opportunities. Host nations face a tough choice: economic windfall from China or risking ties with the U.S. The project could redefine foreign policy and alliances for a generation. The canal would bind economies to China, giving Beijing new leverage in global forums. It's a long-term play to embed Chinese influence in the world's economic fabric. Two futures emerge as the world watches. In one, the canal succeeds, engineering triumph, economic boom, and a new era of global cooperation. The host nation thrives, the world's supply chains are stronger, and tensions ease as prosperity spreads. The canal becomes a symbol of what's possible when nations build bridges, not walls. In the other, the project fails. Costs spiral, financing collapses, and environmental disaster strikes. The region is left with debt, division, and a scarred landscape. China's reputation suffers, and the world learns a costly lesson in overreach. The canal's ghost haunts future mega-projects, a warning of ambition unchecked. The stakes, a new golden age of trade, or a cautionary tale for the ages. The world holds its breath. This $50 billion canal is more than a waterway. It's a question about the future. Who will write the rules of 21st century commerce? Who will shape the world's infrastructure and power? The outcome will send a message: China's rise or the limits of ambition. History's great powers built great things. This canal could be China's mark on the world. Infrastructure shapes destiny, locking in patterns of trade and influence for generations. The world stands at an inflection point. One project could alter global power. Will the canal be built, and for whom? The answer will define the world our children inherit. The dragon eyes the Americas, shovel in hand, and the world is watching.